Into round one, heat number 4, with a solid matchup on paper. Italo Ferreira was last year's Rookie of the Year, and he's taken on some newer names on the pro surfing scene. Kanoa Igarashi, a rookie on the top 34, representing Huntington Beach and Japan.
Scooting over, is he going to get the first wave and draw first blood? No, decides not to.
It will be Kanoa Igarashi. Nice bottom turn, perfect connection off the lip. Hard off the bottom, little down carve, touches the rail, sets up the lip to hit. Wilco said he's been surfing a lot of the lefts and they look fun, and Igarashi gets the lead off his backhand. Now it's unfolding. Now we get to critique his backhand, really for the first time this season. What do you think, Buzz?
Beautiful turn on his backhand there to kick things off. I like that low bottom turn. I like the way he puts his hand on the rail just to give him some stability. An extra point of contact, so real solid, clean surfing right there from Kanoa.
And Jack Robinson. During the update, we had a split peak scenario with Kanoa checking out the right.
Yeah, Kanoa mixing it up. Obviously a beautiful wave on his opening sort of account, and then backs it up with something solid. So Kanoa, a 6.67 on his opening wave. Italo Ferreira trying to find a left-hander here, using his front side. Little throw the tail out there, trying to get some combination going, and loses the fins right there. So now that that's changed, you know, you've got 2 scoring rides. They're focusing more on innovation and big turns, and that's exactly what Italo Ferreira's got. You can see how once he gets that backhand unloading, just rapid fire, so solid on his feet. That's why I kind of thought he was going to be a spoiler at Bells and come out of nowhere. Jack Robinson's been very selective, maybe waiting too long with 10 minutes remaining. But this kid's got amazing local knowledge as well. Maybe he sees something we don't.
Priority is with Kanoa. Igarashi does have the heat lead. Time mark is 6.67 that Italo matched. Big bottom turn. Beautiful power carve for the rookie. Little layback draw to change up the flow. Now he's got the lip in the pocket. Tight jam. Quick in transition and gets the finish. Next wave is for Jack Robinson. Already had a carve out of the way. Tail slide drift on the next cutback, and he'll have to pull into the closeout and get out of there.
He just unleashed some big, massive turns. Let's have a look right here. Nice, solid waves, beautiful bottom turn. Right there, you can see how long he held that rail. Low off the bottom. That's what you got to do here at Margaret River. Take your time coming off the bottom. Give yourself time to hit the lip, and that's exactly what he did. Perfect timing throughout the entire wave, and that allowed him that finish maneuver. Jack Robinson, beautiful opening maneuver again. So important here on the right to get that first turn going. Slid the tail, which then I think led to this right here, mistiming that, missed that end section. So had he not slid that tail and say, this is where I want to perform at a high level, and it's exactly what he did.
Beautiful takeoff, nice and easy from Ferreira. Little backhand open face jam. Driving a little bit harder through the second carve off the top. Now a series of backside turns, big whippy section to work with, and nice composure as he'll just ride over the rocks, and we'll see a quick kick out from Kanoa. Tour's looking the best it's been in a long time for some guys like Kanoa making the tour. Let's check out Italo's approach from the sky.
Yeah, nice first turn, which really kicks things off for this wave, and then once Italo finds that groove, it just seems to be rapid fire from him. It's a beautiful spring in his step, and then finishes off nicely right over that shallow ledge. You can see right there just going dry. So complete commitment right there from the Brazilian, standing in about knee-deep water. So critical stuff at the end there. And you need that commitment. Watch this first turn here. Doesn't try and oversurf it, and that's what I like about Italo Ferreira. Waits for the wave to stand up and then reacts to it, and that's what you got to do. Another nice turn right here. Watch the click he gets right here. Bing, beautiful, just that floating motion that sets him up nicely to finish off that wave. So perfect timing right there. Didn't rush things. Knew he was on his way to a good score. Capitalized by finishing off on his...
It definitely has. Exactly what Ferreira went through last year. He made himself a household name as he's up again. He's looking like he wants to ramp up. He's got the speed, clear for takeoff. Full rotation punt from Ferreira. Young kid, he was screaming through his waves. He was so excited. Let's see how close he came to this one, Pops.
Yeah, pretty close, that's for sure. You can see how low he gets off the bottom, widens that stance a little bit, and you got to connect perfect with the lip. That he does. That wind that Strider was talking about, managed to hold that board. That front foot slipped right there. You could see just a little bit of movement as he landed, which obviously throws you off balance. And when things are going so fast, those little mistakes are amplified, and he goes down. So
heating up on this backhand. He's got a ton of speed. Big jam off the lip for last year's Rookie of the Year. Blitzes the next section. Good for 2 big moves in a short space. 90 seconds on the clock, and more waves on the way. Kanoa trying to protect his total out front. Big whip in the pocket. Igarashi winds up, blows the fins out, and ends up upside down and over the falls. Now to the final minute. Local boy from West Oz, Jack Robinson, grabs a rail, sits down, and looks like he might be calling it.
The peak again. Jack just looking too selective in this heat. Really just kind of slow roll as we see Italo spinning around again on the inside. He's just been on fire. Just loving it, winding up on the inside right here. Boom, a huge rotation. Does he come out of that? Wow. Let me tell you, this kid is so dynamic. Watching this surfing is just amazing.
Thank you, Strider. What an effort for Ferreira. Jack Robinson was chasing an 8.7, and then Ferreira snuck in another wave right before the horn. Let's check it out.
yeah, this was on the way back out, and this is what you've got to do. Third priority, why not roll the dice? Beautiful turn right there. Now he sees that section. Reacts perfectly. Didn't complete the first one. Made sure he did it on the second roll of the dice. Beautiful rotation. Got that board all the way around. Talk about that solid landing that he always is good for. And then managed a couple of nice little turns, showing commitment, riding over that shallow reef right there. Look out. My goodness, that's some dangerous moments right there, but he didn't even need that wave, Joe. 8.03 put him in the lead anyway.